Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to the final boss in Silksong, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lost Lace, the final boss of Act 3 and the game overall. And this is definitely one of the toughest. I don't know if they were tougher for me than Carmelita, but they are tough. So let's jump right into it. I'm using the Wanderer Crest as usual, fully upgraded with the Cogflies tool, although I won't use that till the very end. Also the Fast Heal tool as well, and that's pretty much my build. This Lost Lace fight is very similar to the other fights. I'm going to slow it down because the fight goes pretty quick if you know what you're doing. Which, as usual with my playstyle, is I'm being super duper aggressive. It's kind of weird with this fight, though, because you do have to kind of react a little bit. All these bosses in Silksong where they basically can block an attack and then riposte, you kind of have to be a little careful. So if you'll notice what I'm doing is I'm getting a hit in whenever I can, but I'm staying in the air as much as possible. As with a lot of enemies in Silksong, staying in the air is their biggest weakness, and Lost Lace is very similar to that. There's a lot of times where you can kind of just hover in the air and punish her all of the time. And so yeah, staying in the air and then using pogo attacks is super duper effective here. So let's talk about attack. She's got this rush attack. So basically what you want to do is pogo, and then she'll do it 2 to 3 more times. But you have to watch out because sometimes she'll jump into the air afterwards as well. So you have to be careful because if you're in the air trying to punish with pogos, she might just jump up and basically interrupt you. But that is a heavily punishable attack. Also, whenever she shoots out tendrils just straight out of Bloodborne, that's also super duper punishable. A lot of the time she will land after shooting the tendrils out, or she'll shoot the tendrils out on the floor as well. And if you time it right, you can kind of get in there and punish her a bunch. So here comes the charge. So I know I'm going to try to punish her when she stops. And as you can see right there, she punished me because she immediately jumped. So again, that's kind of what you have to watch out for. And she has her normal moveset as well, like in the other 2 fights with her. So right here, I'm trying to build heal, and with that quick heal tool, I'm able to heal very quickly, as you can see. And then eventually, when you deal enough damage, you're going to stagger her, and I know she's going to start laughing, and she's going to go into the second phase immediately, so I'm going to get in a ton of hits here, as you can see, because I just know that it's coming. Now, this second phase is pretty rough, mainly because she gets a lot of the void abilities that a lot of the enemies had in Act 3, and it gets a little tricky because they all deal 2 masks of damage to you. So not only are they a little hard to avoid, but also once you start getting hit by one, you'll kind of just get comboed into more of them. So, as you can see, whenever she does that tendril ability, again, I'm always punishing her. I can get right below her and hit her, and then I know where she's going to fall as well. And boom, immediately we are out of Phase 2 already just because of all that DPS that I did. So in Phase 2, what we didn't see is she does a lot of kind of ground AoE where, you know, sort of tentacles will pop out of the ground. And then she does this sort of sphere attack where these tracing bolts will go after you. So if you see the spheres in the air, just basically keep running. She'll also spit like 4 little blobs that will then do that kind of like cogwheel attack that you've probably seen while going through Act 3. Now, when the third phase starts, double jump over these 2 waves of sort of saws, as you saw right there. You can use the super jump or you can use the walls if you want, but honestly, if you practice it enough, you'll be able to just time the double jump. It is very tricky though. And then Lost Lace is going to pop up out of the middle here. And this is where I throw out my Cogflies, which honestly are super helpful for this because it's so hard to see her in this final phase. That's really the only challenge. Now, when she raises her rapier up in the air, that is the perfect time to attack her because she's basically summoning one of these void attacks. So whenever you see her shove her rapier into the air, go in on her immediately. It's easier said than done, but she's always going to be summoning one of these AoE attacks, and it's really just the best time. Outside of that, she's got her normal moveset, but it just gets so difficult to see her due to all the Benny and the Ink Machine crap all over the place. So here's the globule attack I mentioned before, so just don't stand where they land because they'll do that little saw blade. And then you'll see there's some AoE tentacles coming out of the ground as well. Just obviously do not stand on the spots. And then here's the sphere attack that I was talking about earlier that we didn't see in phase 2. For those, whenever those come out, you just got to keep moving because if you stand still, they will track you and deal massive damage. And outside of that, in phase 3, she is doing the same sort of stuff. So if you see her kind of slide from left to right, just realize you can punish her like 1 to 3 times depending, but be careful because if she jumps straight up into the air right after, you are going to get hit. And then whenever you see and hear this rumbling, you're going to have to double jump the spike blobs, just like in the transition into phase 3. And I'm basically always just throwing out my cog flies. I didn't really want to use the cog flies, but for this phase, it just got really annoying being able to see her because everything kind of just turns into black goop. And it's honestly just really annoying trying to see where she is. Now, here's the other attack. So she'll basically spawn all of these explosive lights. And obviously, just do not stand where they are or they will hit you. And keep in mind, when that animation ends, she will appear and then slam down with a big AoE. So do not stand near her when that big light attack finishes. Just give her space and then go in after. But we're coming to the end of the fight here. So here's that big light attack. I know she's going to spawn in the middle, so I'm just kind of jumping up and waiting for those tentacles to finish. The rapier goes into the air, so I'm immediately going in on her, trying to deal as much damage as possible while my cog flies are whittling her down. And we're getting super duper close to the end here. So basically, again, my strategy is just hyper aggression. You kind of have to practice this fight to just get a feel for the back and forth nature of it, because there's just times where you do not want to go in, and it's so hard to explain unless you've played this and kind of understand that, you know, whenever you glint off of her, you got to get immediately away from her because you know she's going to do a riposte. But yeah, we are getting super duper close to the end of this fight. It's going to end here in just a second. So I'm going to double jump over that. I'm kind of moving to the left first, as you can see, to get a little bit of momentum. Again, if you're having trouble with that, you can super jump, or you can run to the other side of the wall and then kind of use the wall to jump over. I honestly just didn't really need to do that. I see her doing the Eldritch Tentacle, so I'm immediately landing where she lands because I know I can get a hit off on her when she lands. And I'm basically really trying here to finish the fight because my health is about at half, and I do not like that, and I'm starting to get comboed by a whole bunch of crap, which is exactly what happens in this fight. And then, boom! With that little sliding attack, I am able to finish it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Lost Lace fight. One of the coolest and most fun outside of the readability. Trying to be able to actually see her is a little annoying, but I hope this guide helped. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more guides. Bye. Hey, it's me, GV, and thank you for watching that video. If you would like to see more, there is a ton of bonus completed series and more to come on the Patreon right up here. Also, check out these videos. And then finally, if you would like to support this channel and become a member, you can do so by clicking join under the video, and you'll get early stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video.